Okay, good afternoon class. So we'll discuss now our continuation of our topic in our laboratory. So we go now to Plasmodium. So Plasmodium, we know that Plasmodiums are species of parasites or protozoans that causes malaria. Okay. So these are known to be the microscopic structure or microscopic view of the plasmodium, which are present already in the red blood cells. So this is example of the ring form. Okay. So for history class, malaria is an old infectious disease. The first documentation is about 1500 BC. BC means before Christ. Malaria disease already exists. Until the end of 19th century, it was commonly thought that malaria was caused by breathing bad air but associated with swamps. Usually, now swamps class. According to that history class, they believe that malaria exists as airborne, but they don't know that people who are coming or visiting the swampy places, nandoon yung mga malaria, yung mga what they call this one, the um, Anopheles mosquito, the one that carries the gametophytes or the sporozoites that will be released during the what we call this one, biting, or when the mosquito bite the host or the human, then it will release the sporozoites. Usually nandito talaga makita mo yung lamok, diba, sa mga clear water or stagnant water. Okay. So history, important applications of the knowledge about malaria. W. Jorgas, successful implementation control of malaria in the yellow fever during the construction of the Panama Canal. Okay, you know Panama Canal is one of the largest canal wherein naga-shortcut ang mga dagko na barko until now. Okay, important discoveries in malaria. So Charles Louis Alphonse Laveran observed parasite development in erythrocytes, that is known to be the erythrocytic stage, wherein there is what called a development of the troposoids, okay, and or merocytes, I mean, and then exflagellations of the microgametocytes. Okay, and Ronald Ross observed the stages of Plasmodium, especially in Plasmodium relictum. Okay, important discoveries in malaria research, Nobel Prize Physiology or Medicine, we have James, and we have the exoelectrocytic James and Tate found the exoelectrocytic stage, or the EE, for Plasmodium gallinaceum, and Short and Garnham from exoelectrocytic for Plasmodium cynomolgi and vivax or vivax. So take note mga baka, exoelectrocytic stage, this refers to the schizogony, or the formation of schizons in the liver. Okay, we have Rutowski and found Plasmodium vivax hypnocytes or dermocytes in the liver cells. Okay, this is mga baka hypnocytes and dermocytes, these are also known as parang mga larva na yan. Okay, Julius von Wagner Jurek used malaria to treat late syphilis stage, because syphilis is heat sensitive. Kung may malaria ka class during that time, ginapa-increase yung ginapasaka yung temperature of the body. By increasing the temperature of the body, so pwedeng mamatay yung mga syphilis. But of course, there's a danger also na magkaroon ka ng mga hemorrhagic fever because of the presence of malaria, okay, of the Plasmodium. Okay, global distribution of malaria endemic in the countries. So mostly sa Philippines are tropical countries. There are a lot of swampy places here. So most of the swampy places, especially mga tropical, mga forest area, meron talagang mga species ng Anopheles or a vector of the Plasmodium. Okay, so Plasmodium that infect humans, we have falciparum, the malignant tertian, benign tertian, mild tertian, so ovale, malaria, cartan. Okay, the simian parasites infecting humans is the cynomolgi, vivax-like, or nolowisi or cotidian, that is only 24 hours. Cartan siya, 72 hours. Okay, and malignant tertian, we have 48 hours. So Number of people at risk. So malaria current status based on the studies class by 2010, usually more than 40% of world populations, approximately 450 million, and more than 1 million, 90% in Sub-Saharan Africa. Dito kasi sa Saharan, okay? Saharan, o Sahara Desert, o Sub-Saharan, kasi may mga place doon ng Sub-Sahara. It was a place wherein may mga deserted area, mayroon yung mga tropical forest. So may mga stagnant water dyan. So most probably na presence yung mga Plasmodium, especially yung mga larva nila. Yung kita pitik-pitik bala. Okay? Rollback malaria as new international effort, distribution of bed nets, vaccine development, rational drug design. So there is research also. Parasite genome sequencing. Okay? Kasi yung parasite genome sequencing class, pwede magkaroon doon ng development ng mga other vaccines, okay, or vaccines that will prevent malaria disease. 50% reduction in deaths by 2010 already. Okay, so morphology, Plasmodium is one cell parasite, so that the basic morphology is a nucleus, or known as chromatin, and they have cytoplasma or cytoplasm and cell membrane, right? Or GEMSA. Mga cytoplasma class, usually they are found in the cytoplasma or the plasma cells. So ito yung stain niya class, the right, and GEMSA stain gives the cytoplasm bluish, chromatin red to red purple, while the malaria pigments are yellow brown. So these are the 3 stages, 6 main forms of Plasmodium in RBC. Okay, ito yung mga stages nila, di ba? Before we have to describe first yung tawag na sporozoid or haploid. So these are formed in the meiotic divisions of diploid oocysts in the gut of the mosquito. So that is sexual. So sporozoids infect mosquito salivary glands and are formed and enters the human blood. So magkaroon ng class yung when a mosquito bite or inject. So usually they release nila yung sporozoids. Okay? And yung hypnocytes or haploid, sleeping stage that can lie dormant in the human liver cells between relapse and recurrent malaria. So mayroong relapses, meaning parang parang inactive sila, and recurrent yung relapses of recurrent malaria. Okay? So may mga relapse diyan, so meaning inactive sila. And we have schizone. So usually itong schizone that is already outside the erythrocytic stage. Okay? A host cells is in which some stage of Plasmodium is actively dividing by mitosis process, producing haploid offspring. So mga haploid yung hypnocytes niya that will break the host cells and the red blood cells full of the merocytes already. Okay? And merocytes class, haploid again, the stage infects human red blood cells. Okay? And then we have troposoid haploid, usually ito yung stage derived from merocyte inside the red blood cells. So troposoids divide by mitosis to produce more merocytes and gametocytes. As what I have told you, yung gametocytes, troposoids yan, yun sa red blood cells. And then gametocytes, that stage that can infect mosquitoes. So microgametocyte, and we have the macrogametocytes. Ito yung one of the 2 kind cells derived from gametocytes. Microhaploid rin siya. So micro develop into microgametes. Okay, 1 microgametocytes develops at 8 microgametes. Take note. And where we have megagametocytes haploid, one of the kind of cells derived from gametocytes, yung megagametocytes develop to become megagametes. 1 megagametocytes, pwede siya mag-form ng 1 megagametes. Okay? And we have the microgametes. Microgametes. So mga microgametes fuses the megagametocytes to form zygote, and think of its equivalent to Plasmodium sperm cell. So megagametes haploid fuses with microgametes to form a zygote. So mayroon na tawag natin na sexual stage. Think of it as equivalent to Plasmodium's egg cell yan. Okay? So yan ang tawag natin na fusion already. That is a sexual reproduction process. Zygote or diploid cells produced by fusion of microgamete and megagamete or macrogametes. Zygotes develop to become ookinete. And then this is diploid already. Mag-diploid ka, dalawa yan. So a mobile cell that invades the gut of the mosquito and develops into oocyst. And later on, ito yung oocyst class, dyan sa gut, mismo pang gut, parang sa anal portion yan. Oocyst This stage divides by meiosis to produce haploid, which later infects salivary glands of the mosquitoes. Okay? So, ang Plasmodium RBC class, ito yung mga troposoids, as I told you, ring form, develop into troposoids. Schizons, immature and mature merozoites. And develop gametocytes, we have microgametocytes. We have the macrogametocytes also. And then, yung troposoids mo, ito yung stages. Normal red blood cells, usually, kung magkaroon ng tawag natin na formation of troposoids there in the erythrocytic stage, so ito yung mga makita mo. Okay? Ito yung mature already. Mayroon siyang ring form ng tawag natin na troposoids already. So, this is already the stage 5 of the development of the troposoids. So, you can see this one dun sa microscope. Mahirap din mag-examine under the oil immersion or high power objective kasi nandoon sa red blood cells, so you will find difficult also. So that's why patients niyan during the laboratory, mostly yung mga students, ay sir, di no ninyo pangita, ati pangitaon nyo dira, okay? Usually ako naman nagabulig pangita, okay?